Hey folks, Mark at Titus. Today I'm working on one of our dirt track engines. This one's a 358. We went through our records recently and when this engine came in, and we're trying to figure out how long we had been working on this engine. And I think we've been working on this engine, according to our records, right around 13 years. But the engine came back to us not long ago at the end of the race season, and for us to repair some problems with the engine. And it wasn't real hard to tell when the engine came in where some of the problems lie, because the harmonic balancer was not in the place that it should have been or in a running condition. So we turned the engine over, did some testing. The engine didn't have hardly any compression, so that told us we had something else going on with the engine as well. It didn't have any compression on probably more than half the cylinders. So we tore the engine apart, and we saw that it did have a bunch of bent valves in the engine, and that it looked like something had gotten out of time on the engine. And the balancer bolt was not in the harmonic balancer. The harmonic balancer uses a drive assembly on the front of it that is kind of encapsulates the bolt. So the bolt was still there. It was inside of the pulley that drives all the accessories on the front of the engine, but the bolt was not in the crankshaft. It was inside of the harmonic balancer and inside the pulley assembly. So that was a real big clue. So like I say, we tore down the engine, and here's what we saw. When we tore down the engine, everything inside of it looked really good, with the exception of the pieces that were bent. So this is the block, and you can see the main bearings and everything in this thing look pretty much perfect. The cylinders inside look really good. We're still look good on the hone and everything on those. Camshaft and everything looked good in the engine. Everything really looked good in the engine, except it had bent valves and the bolt was out of it. So we went to further investigate why the bolt was out of the crankshaft. And by the way, this block we do have this lifter bush. This is a flat tappet camshaft. It is lifter bushed, and we restrict the lifters on this engine. We've constantly been, over the years, going smaller and smaller and smaller on the holes in the bushings, just to keep as much oil. We're trying to figure out how much oil we can actually take away from the top end. We don't run any, I don't know if we can see all the way down inside of there. There's the cam hole. We don't run any restrictors to the cam bearings, and don't recommend anybody to run restrictors to the cam bearings. So this is what I'm doing to repair the crankshaft. What had happened with the bolt, the reason the bolt was not in the end of the crankshaft was because of a 50 plus, whatever the math is on this thing. This is an original Ford 4MA crankshaft, but over the years of taking this engine apart and putting it together and taking it apart and putting it together, the threads, I guess, had probably gotten worn in the front half of the crankshaft. And what had happened is it pulled the threads out of the crankshaft. So there was nothing really torquing and holding the bolt once that had happened. So to repair this, instead of doing something like putting a helic coil or something like that in the end of the crankshaft, I have it fixtured up here in the mill, and I've drilled the end of the crankshaft hole 1 inch deeper than what it was originally, and I've tapped it all the way down to that depth with the standard thread, which is 5/8 18. And with that, what I'm going to do when this engine goes back together is we're going to use a very long stud in here, and then we are going to make a spacer inside of the harmonic balancer to where we can actually get to that with a fine thread nut. And we're going to put the balancer on with a stud that stays installed in the crankshaft, so that we're not wearing on these cast iron threads, because the cast iron is very soft compared to say our aftermarket crankshafts that are steel and of a much better material. But this cast iron is pretty soft, so even drilling this out, drilling it 1 inch deeper, it drilled like butter. And I drilled the hole on the tight side so that the threads would have as much thread engagement as they can on the tap. So that's the fix for this. Like I said, we're going to put a stud that stays in the crankshaft, instead of wearing on the threads, we'll just be pulling on the threads as opposed to trying to tighten against them in that soft cast iron with a fine thread. So that's what we're going to do to fix this engine. We're going to get this back in the engine, put everything back together. We've checked the heads. The heads look really good except for the valves. We've checked the valve job. It didn't hurt the valve job or anything. We got lucky on that. And the reason it did bend the valves was because when the cam gear does not have a load on it with the balancer and everything pushing on it, it woggled the keyway in the engine because the keyway is soft, and it retarded the camshaft just enough to tag quite a few of the exhaust valves in it. We don't run very much exhaust valve or intake valve clearance in this engine because the rules mandate it's only a 358-inch engine, and we have to have a flat top piston, and we want to keep as much compression in this engine as we can because it is a two-barrel engine, and two-barrel engines are severely intake starved, so therefore they don't fully fill the cylinders, and naturally you can't compress what it is you didn't put in there to begin with. So that's why we run the piston as high in the hole as we can, and we run the valve notch in the engine as small as we can, and that's why it's a very, very, very competitive engine, and has been, even though the rules have changed over the years. This engine combination, we haven't changed it in 13 years, but it's still just as competitive now that the class engines that have come in and the crate engines that have come in that are even allowed to run 4 barrels against our 2-barrel, this engine is still really competitive. But like I say, we'll get this fixed up, get it back together, and next video you see of this, it'll be on the dyno. Until then, take care.